everyone, welcome back to Beauty in the Garden. I am T. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're returning, hi. So you guys, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about all of the amazing things that we can get started in the month of August. Now I am going to be starting just the bare minimum this year, just because I want to make sure that I do manage my garden. Now I do have a job, you guys. I'm back at work and still trying to run a small business and as well maintain the home front. So you guys, I'm going to only be growing very little on my miniature homestead this year, but it's still going to be a lot to some, okay? So, but hold on, we're going to get through it. So right here, I already picked out a couple of varieties that I want to go ahead and get planted in the month of August. And if you guys are new to the channel, right here, you guys, is my seed dictionary. Everybody who has been here for a while knows this is my seed dictionary. I have all my seeds pretty much labeled, from tomatoes to peppers to eggplants, cucumbers, and so forth and so on. It's in my seed dictionary. All right, but I already took out what I'm going to be planting, so I'm just going to slide this to the side. If you guys are interested in knowing how I made this, I do have a video on how to make your own seed dictionary. When I tell you guys, this comes in handy when searching for your seeds. Now, a lot of you guys probably seen these. A lot of you guys probably have seen these. I use them for cataloging my own seeds. So what I have here is I have a seed shop, and so I put all my seed shop seeds in these. I categorize them that way so I can pull my seed orders. But otherwise than that, for my actual garden outside, I have my seed dictionary. I feel like with this right here, it's just quite bulky, and you only can put, you know, I guess you could label tomatoes, peppers, or so forth and so on, but I like to be able just to kind of flip my pages and look at the seed pack right then and there, and I don't have to take it out if I didn't want it. So I just flip to, guys, let's say I flip to peppers. I'm gonna add peppers, and I have more peppers, and I can see the front and the back of the seed, and I can decide whether or not that's what I want to plant. So I think this is very easy, and something that is, so I feel like this is something that everybody should have in their, you know, arsenal when it comes down to if you grow a lot of food. I feel like this is such an easier way to get to your seeds, okay? But this is my seed dictionary. Off that subject and onto what we were talking about. And that is what I'm going to be planting in the month of August. So I plan on planting, like I told you guys, the bare minimum this year. And the first thing is daikons. I do like the daikon radish. I'm going to be planting these up. These are totally different. See, radishes, they do grow quickly. Certain varieties take a little bit longer to maturity. So keep in mind when it comes down to maturity of certain radishes as well, because this radish right here can get very big. And I do like this, and I cut this up and put it into my chili, because I do like a little bit of pepper spice to my meals. So the daikon, and it has such a nice crisp to it when you crunch into it. So the daikon radish is one of the radishes that I will be growing in the month of August. Now I am thinking about just basically plugging all of my radishes in this year. Now you can direct sow. I am going to plug mine, okay? The next thing up I have here is the giant Nobel spinach. Now this is a big leaf spinach. I really like this one. I like to kind of just get a nice little small wrap. I don't know if you ever had like a little small wrap. I really like that, and so I will be growing this variety right here. And you guys, this variety right here only takes 45 days to maturity, which is very good. And please make sure that you don't just cut your spinach. Always do the come again method where you pick around your plant and keep on harvesting throughout the season. So we want to get these things started while it is still warm and not so hot, because in the month of September and November here in zone 8A, we're going to start to cool down in November completely, where we most likely going to get our first frost. So keep that in mind. You still need that growth before you actually get into those cold seasons, because when you first get into those cold seasons, your plants are going to slow down and you won't have the growth that you need to get that yield that you are looking for. The next thing up, and I'm going to be planting the Snowball X white cauliflower. This is just a traditional plain white cauliflower, you guys, that I'm going to be planting up this year. I am going to be planting up as well. Let me see if I can find that one, guys, for you. And I'm only going to do a handful of the purple Sicily cauliflower as well. I did last year plant the cheddar up. A subscriber has sent me some beautiful seeds, and you guys, it did not get to harvest. I ended up with a head probably about this big because I planted them out super duper late. So like I said, keep that in mind, that certain time periods, between those certain time periods, we want to make sure that we get those plants planted when it was warm. And the subscribers sent me them pretty late in the season, and I just wanted to try it out anyways, knowing that that was the risk. But you guys, just like I said, keep in mind that you want to make sure that we plant our cold weather season still in the warm season, because we still want to make sure we have that growth. And do understand, if temperatures drop very, very quickly in your area, that you make sure that you have some type of covering, a polytunnel or something like that, to keep them from getting frostbitten, because that will happen because they're not acclimated yet to that cold snap that comes very, very harsh. So keep in mind it could damage your plant. So try to make sure that you have your plastic or any type of frost cover for your plants. The next thing up is a traditional here as well. It's an early golden acre cabbage. This is what you most likely will find in your grocery store. I like this one. It lasts a very, very long time in my refrigerator. And as well, even if I don't put it in the refrigerator, this lasts very, very long. So that will be the cabbage that I'll be planting up. And as well, it is the red acre. I like this one too, you guys. And one more cabbage that is, let's see, actually more than one. I'm trying, you guys, not to plant so much because I get really happy and I plant a little bit too much at times. So the early flat Dutch is another one of my favorites. Now this cabbage right here, you guys, is a big cabbage, but I have yet to get it to size. This is supposed to be a giant. This is supposed to be up to 44 pounds. So I don't know if I'm gonna plant that one this year, but I did get that seed from Baker's Creek. A couple of these I got from the nursery. Some I got from the Dollar Tree. Some I got from, I get seeds from anywhere I feel like I want to get them. I don't have a preference. So I even have some from Botanical Interest. I do have some seeds from Burpees in my gardener. I have seeds from all over the place. So just keep that in mind. Shop around and enjoy just enjoy getting your seeds. Just enjoy that, because to me, having a variety of things, if I choose not to plant certain things, I can find something throughout my seed dictionary and find something that I want to plant different than I planted last year. So catching those deals that in my gardener has as well, because he always has great deals. And as well, Botanical Interest has some nice varieties there. And I definitely would say Baker's Creek, when it comes down to Heirloom Seeds, I really like them as well. But here is another favorite right here, is the Mammoth Red Rock Cabbage. Now this one can handle a good bit of, like say when you cooking, it holds its integrity. It doesn't get all soggy too quickly. So I really like this one, the Mammoth Red Rock. All right, so I have my cabbages. You guys, I'm gonna have to put my cabbage to the side because I have a feeling that I'm going to still end up planting more than what I should, okay? More than what I should. All right, so right here we have is some golden ball. This is a turnip. I am going to plant very, very few turnips. I just want a taste of turnips. Ever so often I will like a nice sauteed turnip where you just kind of blanch your turnip. You add in whatever meat you want with onions, garlic, onion powder, salt and pepper, and you just, you know, pan fry it, and it's really, really good like that. So every so often I would like a good turnip. So I won't be planting too many, but I still will be planting some. The next thing up is the golden beets. This is one of my favorites, one of my mom's favorite. I really, really like this one. This is super, super sweet. So if you do not want to deal with the red, the beets, you don't like the red beets, go with the golden beets. The golden beets are so sweet. The red ones are not so much, they're more earthy. So I really like the gold beet the most because that's just something that my mom put me onto, and I was like, oh mom, I really like this. And like I said, this is one of her favorite, is the golden beet. So I will be planting up a good deal of these, and I'm hoping that I get a great deal because my daughter will actually eat these fresh. All right, so we got that. And here is the German giant right here. I'm gonna put that with my radishes right here with the daikon radish. Let's see, I got my spinach and I got my cauliflower. Let's see what else we got. I am going to be planting up the Dollar Tree. This is a couple of different varieties of carrots that I'm going to plant up. This is a Dover half longs, and then you have the scarlet. I'm going to be planting these two carrots up, and I'm hoping that I get a good yield. I am going to put this in the beds by the sandpit once I tear out the Swiss chard that we have now and the peppers, and I'm going to be planting one bed full of these carrots here. So I'm hoping for the best that I get a good yield of carrots. My daughter absolutely loves carrots, and I'm going to be planting up these two varieties. And these did come from the Dollar Tree. Next thing up is a Napa cabbage. Napa cabbage. Love, love, love Napa cabbage. I put Napa cabbage in my dumplings. I put Napa cabbage in my fried rice. I put Napa cabbage in our hot pots. So this is one of the things that is like my go-to cabbage. Is a soft, soft cabbage, almost between a lettuce and a cabbage. And I absolutely love a good Napa cabbage. Okay, so I will be planting up these as well, but I think I'm going to put these, you guys, inside of my greenhouse. Slugs and snails really like this Napa cabbage, just like they like lettuce. So I will be putting this, you guys, inside of the greenhouse into containers, and that's where I'm going to be planting these. I'm probably going to do about maybe 8 of these because they last a really long time as well in the fridge. Now I already got, here is the Dwarf blue curly kale. I already got some of those planted. If you watched the previous video, I do have 2 of them right now in the main garden, and I do have some of them inside of the greenhouse. But this is another thing that you can get started. Make sure that if you do get something started and you're in a hot area, go ahead and start it indoors, not outdoors, because it could bolt as far as these cabbages or any leaf lettuce or something like that. Just be mindful that if it's too hot and it gets stressed, it will bolt. So I do recommend trying to go ahead and get those guys started indoors, because we don't want our hard work to go to waste. So I am planting up more kale, the lacinato kale. All right. I do not have any more scarlet kale. I did not find my pack, so I'm assuming I am out. But if I did have it, I'll be planting up the scarlet kale. It's a beautiful purple kale. It's just gorgeous. It looks just like the green one, but purple. All right. Very few of these this year as well. I planted up a good bit of them last year, and you guys, I decided that this year I'm going to plant up not as many, and that will be the Chinese yellow heart and the baby choy. So this is choys right here. This is a bok choy, and this is a winter choy, and this is a baby choy. So I'm going to be planting these, and that's it. I do have the purple choy, purple lady choy. I'm not going to plant that one, not this year. Let's see what else, you guys, that I want to kind of tell you guys what I'm going to be planting. I'm trying my best. OMG, I'm trying my best, you guys, not to plant too much, because I'm telling you, sometimes we can get overboard in our gardens and we plant a ton of things. So I'm trying my best not to overdo it, okay? So bear with me. Bear with me. Let's see. No. Let's see what else we got. Oh, sweet peas. You can do some sweet peas as well. And I'll have to go to my book because I didn't take any of those out. So I'll just go to beans in my book. And I'm going to, I think I'm going to do the little marble. Maybe the little marble. Yeah, I'm going to do the little marble sweet pea right there. And I did think I had the Oregon Giants. I could have sworn that I had those, but I'm not sure. In my mind, I think I did, but I'm not sure. I'm so not sure. OMG, I don't know. Let me see. And I don't think I'm going to be planting up any red giant mustards this year. I did enjoy them last year, but I felt like I did 2 or 3 plants and that was more than enough. So if I do it, it's probably just going to be 1 plant because this plant gets so big. And you guys, I really enjoy my cauliflower leaves, my broccoli leaves and stuff like that. So I don't know if I want to plant this many mustards. So if I do plant like 1 or 2, but not too many. But that is the giant, the red giant mustard. I don't know, you guys. I'm still contemplating. That's gonna be on my maybe. So here, broccoli. I have a couple broccolis here that I got from, I think this one came from Walmart, this one came from the Dollar Tree. Nothing special about these broccolis whatsoever. I am going to plant up my collard greens. OMG, it's getting bigger. So you guys, it's getting bigger than I planned to. See what happens, and I'm going to have to take all the seeds that I did take out and take them and draw them into my garden size, and then plot out what I'm going to be growing, where I'm going to be growing, because I get so excited when I get to planting that I want to plant up everything. But all of these things that I'm telling you about, is the best time to plant them is now and in the beginning of September, because once we start cooling down, the heat is going to slow down, your plants is going to slow down. So keep in mind of that as well, that we want to get good growth before it starts to get really cold. I thought I did. Oh. Okay, this is not the ones I wanted. All right, I'm not going to plant any Swiss chard, but Swiss chard, you can plant this all year long. All year long. It likes the heat, it likes the cold. All year long. Swiss chard, more Swiss chard, and more Swiss chard. If you like spinach, you like Swiss chard. Swiss chard. All right. I already got some planted. That's why I wasn't going to show you guys, but I already have mine planted and they're a nice size already. But Swiss chard, Swiss chard. Let's see. Oh. Don't y'all like me just scounging around my little seed box right now? Oh my gosh. I could have sworn I know I'm doing my Morris collards. I think I'm going to do some lettuce. I'm not quite sure yet. I want to do lettuce, but every time I have done lettuce during the winter months, if I don't have them covered here in Eastern North Carolina, they have gotten severely damaged and I just don't want to deal with it. So if it's not undercover, maybe I'll put them in little pots. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna do some lettuce, but I'm gonna put them inside the greenhouse along the wall that has the shelving, and I'll put them in little smaller container pots because lettuce can do very, very well in very, very small pots. So I'm gonna do that. And as well, you guys, I do have these Tom Thumb ones. They're very, very small that I got from Baker's Creek. It was a free seed. So I might just do this as well. I'm gonna set that one to the side. And I definitely gotta do my romaine. And I love, you know guys, a butter crunch lettuce. So we got some red, super red romaine. And I think I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more. Yeah. All right, I think that will be all. So all in all, we have our cabbages, we have our cauliflower, we have our broccoli, we have our beets, spinach, we have our turnips, we have our radishes, we have our spinach, and we have our kales, carrots, and so forth, and peas. So it's a big abundance amount of things that we can go ahead and get planted in the month of August and as well at the beginning of September. So we want to go ahead and at least get these things started. Now, if you live above me, I would recommend to go ahead and get things started because you're going to get colder quicker than I will. And anybody that lives below me, you have more time than I do. And then if you live really, really far down, you might not be able to grow some of these things without it bolting. Just keep that in mind where you are and how the heat is in your area when it comes down to brassicas. Brassicas is just sometimes can be a little fussy if the heat gets to it. So keep that in mind, especially if you're not going to keep it watered. So that's why I recommend you guys keeping them indoors. Go ahead and get them started indoors. And when the time comes, take them out for about a week and then acclimate them and get them ready to put out into your very own backyard garden. But here you guys is some of the varieties that I'm going to be planting in the month of August, and I hope you guys are getting ready because I will be planting up all these babies very, very soon. And as like I always tell you guys, there's beauty in everyone's garden. And bye-bye for now. Bye-bye, you guys. Happy gardening.